what I've done is, this is raw drywall. I spackled it, I primed it. This is my base coat. So from there, I need to tape off the bricks. What I used is 1/2-inch tape. I couldn't find any. None of my Lowe's or Home Depot had it, so I took 0.94. I took my Dremel and I cut it in half. So I used it for tape marks. I made my bricks 7.5 by 3.5 inches, so I taped it 8 and 4 inches to achieve this. You'll see I did use masking tape. It did pull some of the background color off. I don't really care because I'm going to go over it with the same background color. Then I took joint compound. This is a 13-foot wall. It took me an entire bucket to do this. So it's $15. So I tape that all off. I put the joint compound on. I take a sponge, I kind of stipple it a little, take a whisk broom, took a trowel and troweled over it. After it dried a little bit, I knocked it off, meaning I took a trowel and I kind of knocked off some of the edges to this. Then I took the tape off, and this is what it looks like now. It's pretty rough, I will tell you. So what I did is, I've sanded this one, and I have to sand the rest of it. So I'm just going to go back, sand the edges a little bit, sand the brick, so it just kind of looks more like brick. It does have a really nice texture. It's not very thick. It's not thick at all. It does take a long time. It's going to take me a long time to sand this. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to prime it because this is joint compound, and then I'm going to go over with this background color. After that, then I'm going to start fooling around with glazes and stuff. Okay, well I've gotten done, I did a base coat, and now I put a glaze on top of it. I will tell you, it's a very long and arduous task. Put on some music, a book on tape, it's not so bad. I started with the base coat with this hot chocolate. There is a video that describes it wonderfully, and I'll put it down in my descriptions of all his colors. What I did a little bit differently is I made mine a glaze. I mixed paint and a glaze together and rolled it on to give it a little bit more of a depth. So I put the hot chocolate cover on about 90%. I then put on kind of this golden orangey color. I probably can see it through here, 45%. I did use a whiz roller the entire time. And I kind of went back and forth with it. Then I took this last color, which is a bittersweet chocolate. And I did go over it, that's why it took me so long, with the sponge, and I kind of rubbed it on all of the blocks to kind of get a color. What I really think made this pop, as you can see here and here and here, I took this whiz roller with this bittersweet chocolate glaze. I took off most of it, and then I just rolled it over the top here to give a little bit of a dark highlight, and then I did darken some of the other ones. And I think that really is what makes it pop. In the process though, because this is not so thick, you can see I painted all in my grout lines, so I'm going to have to go back over with the brush, repaint these grout lines. Then I'm going to highlight a little white on the top and a little darker color down here to give some shadowing. I'll probably take a spray bottle and spritz it so I've got little spritz through it so it looks old, and then I'll show you the finished product. Well, this is the finished wall. It did take me a long time. Final steps, I spritzed some brown on this for little pinholes, and then I highlighted it with white, and then I put the darker brown on the bottom for highlights and shadows. And I think the trick that really helped was that this grout line was just too white, and I got golden oak stain, and I just rubbed it over the entire wall. And I think that's what just aged the entire thing. I'll put it together with all my books and show you what it looks like when I'm done. Hey everybody, this is my finished faux brick wall. I have to say I'm very pleased with how it turned out. This is in the basement of my home. I'm doing a design studio. I'm primarily a window treatment designer. and I wanted to have a cool finish that kind of give it that urban loft feel. This isn't the style of my house, but I thought it'd be fun to fool around with it. I didn't want to spend a lot of money. So this, as I said, this wall was very inexpensive. I had always intended to put the wall up and then layer things on top of it, like this black pipe shelving and books, and when I'm done with all that, that it will give it a very realistic look that when you view it from afar and come into it, you think, daggone, that's a brick wall. So I'm very happy with it. As I said, I didn't spend a lot of money on this because I did these black pipe shelvings, which are awesome, but they're expensive. So I don't mind putting the time in to do something like this because it's just my time. It's not an expense. I will tell you, I'm really happy how it turned out. In subsequent videos, I'll show you the entire design studio. I'll show you how to do these black pipe shelves. And I'll show you, I made this cool work table out of old doors and 2x4s that was pretty inexpensive also. And I have a great idea for a drop ceiling that's kind of a little odd, a little urban that I kind of made up. So thank you for viewing the video, and good luck with your faux break and finishes.